Man, I've been hanging drywall over my head and shit. Man, I'm exhausted. So I was just not even planning on making a video today or tonight. But we had news break. We have some big news. I literally just made a video about this. It was my last video, and I'm like, where's Filian, right? Where is she? Is she dead? Is she not dead? Where's phase 2? And just to catch you up briefly on, you know, the whole Filian situation, if you don't know. Filian, very popular independent English VTuber. She's been streaming for years, growing exponentially, doing all these kinds of crazy collabs, different kinds of events. One day she just kind of up and disappears. She was doing a Minecraft hardcore marathon. At the end of the marathon, she had this pre-recorded video play, but she blended it so seamlessly into the stream, where she, you know, lets us all know that she's going away for a while, but eventually we'll be able to see her world. This whole ARG starts. Everyone's looking through all these crazy different things, anonymous YouTube pages, watching, you know, 11-hour streams, hardcore Minecraft servers, ominous websites, such and such. And then she was silent for 6 months. You know, everybody's wondering, where's Filian? You know, everybody's missing her. Everybody's talking about her. All these theories and jokes and dramas and all kinds of stuff just spawned out of it. And one day we get this random countdown clock. Well, we got phase 1 announced. Once it hit 0, this website opened up, the wall, filianislost.com, which was a sort of graffiti style pixel board type wall where you can, you know, a bunch of people live can make all these crazy different arts. I don't fucking know what else to call it, man. I'm tired. My brain is dead. I'm sorry if this video comes off a little bit scatterbrained, but we got, you know, people making all these crazy detailed, crazy good pieces of art. A whole quarter of it got deleted all at once due to a poll. Yeah, we've got just phenomenal artwork on here. You know, in my last video, as I was saying, we got this wall. Everybody's been having some fun with it. It's been a good time. But as this went on, you know, I kind of was starting to question, like, where's Filian now? Like, we got this wall. This is cool. But it's, you know, this was phase 1. So where was phase 2? That was my question. You know, I think that was a lot of people's questions eventually, like, where is she? You know, what's up? And just literally just a couple days ago, I made my video. And then just a few hours ago, just like 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, we get this video pop up right here on the wall. And I'll play it for you. I'll just go ahead and play it for you. It's only 34 seconds.
Whatever you draw goes on this billboard. One shared canvas. Tens of thousands of people drawing at the same time.
Yeah, that's a big thing, is everybody's like, you only got so much limited paint on the wall. And, you know, you kind of, if you really wanted to get anything done, everybody kind of had to work together, or you had to really fucking commit and just sit there, because once you ran out of paint, you had to wait like 4 minutes to get any of it back.
When the timer hits 0, whatever is on the wall gets put on one of the biggest billboards on Earth, Shibuya Crossing. 390,000 people per day seeing your canvas. 10 days to leave your mark. Phase 2 begins Friday the 19th.
Boom. And then Filian is lost. So we're gonna go over a little bit of what we see here in this video, and we're gonna speculate a little bit, just, you know, going off of what we know. So my assumption here, this is all speculation. These are all assumptions. That's what I did on my original videos, which, you know, I ended up being kind of right on the fact that I was like, I'm pretty sure that by the end of the countdown clock, we weren't just gonna get Filian back. A lot of people were, I think, speculating that once the countdown clock kind of got down to 0, that we would get Filian. We would get Filian stream or something, you know, and then she would be back, or maybe there'd be a teaser more directly for a debut, an announcement. I don't think anybody, the wall, all this stuff, threw everybody for a loop. Nobody was expecting this, at least nobody on the outside, you know. But I kind of had, I didn't expect the wall. I did kind of have a feeling like, man, something's up. Like phase 1, just to me, it felt too ominous to just be like, yeah, all right, she's gonna be coming back, or she's gonna like reveal her model, or even like a silhouette of the model, or anything. It just, whatever it was, it just felt like, you know, it was part of a bigger plan. But from this, the way it seems is we're gonna get the biggest, it's gonna be on the biggest billboard on Earth or whatever in China, where all these people are walking. We'll get to this in a minute, but with the way it sounds like, you know, it sounds to me like the wall's gonna end. Like, it's up right now, but wherever it's at, it might be over. You know what I'm saying? Like the wall, like the ability to go on the wall and draw might be over. And that's gonna be very interesting, and it's gonna be kind of like whatever's ultimately there at the end of it is what is going up on the wall. So if I had to guess, I think a lot of what is already on on the wall is what we're gonna get. You know, there's so much that's been on the wall for, you know, so long already. We have the Osu here, this Filian right here in the middle. You know, a lot of this, these two like little neuro and evil plushy looking things. A lot of this stuff is just been here. I'd be willing to bet that in 10 days, this is ultimately what the wall's gonna look like. It's still gonna change for sure in 10 days, but you know, a lot of this is I'm willing to bet is gonna be rather similar. But it does sound to me like the wall's gonna end. It does sound to me like it's gonna be, that's it, you know, that's all, folks. And this is the question, you know, is this billboard, is getting the wall on the billboard, is that phase 2? Because you know, as cool as that is, as crazy as that is, it sounds a lot less engaging than phase 1, to be honest. Like, once it's on the billboard, how long will it be on the billboard, XYZ? I mean, it's one of the coolest this is so cool, like to have this crazy piece of artwork just show up on this huge billboard for however long. And you know, I want to know, how in the hell did they get this and manage to pull this off? It says somewhere like maybe one of the stupidest things that we've ever done or something like that. It was right here. I think it was on the actual post. Could this be one of the most expensive mistakes we've ever made? Phase 2. Hashtag phase 2. I haven't reposted it yet and liked it. Whoops. But like I'm saying, like I was not expecting this to drop. It just kind of came out of nowhere. And my nose is a little stuffy. But it's insane. So the wall will be over and then it'll be up there. But is this the entirety of phase 2? You know what I'm saying? Is there gonna be more to this? Is this what phase 2 is? Getting it on a billboard. Now, if I had to guess, on the billboard, or perhaps a live stream of the billboard or something, I would imagine there would be some sort of trailer or announcement at the end of it. Kind of how like we got the original trailer, which led us to the website at the end of the that con. Perhaps the billboard will eventually turn into a countdown clock for another part itself. I don't know. These are all ideas, speculations. They're not exactly, you know, something I'm very confident about, but I'm very interested. Friday the 19th, 5 p.m. That's when phase 2 starts. Now, if it's only going to be on, it could be very expensive to get this onto a billboard like this, right? They said it right here, right? They said, or they, she, Filian, whoever runs the page of the wall, said this could be one of the most expensive mistakes we've ever made. So this is expensive. I mean, imagine Times Square, you know, the amount of money people pay for advertisements in the middle of Times Square. This got to be crazy because there's even more people that go through here than Times Square. I'm willing to bet. Could be wrong, but I'm willing to bet. Perhaps we're going to get only, you know, so long of it being on the billboard, you know, maybe a couple minutes, maybe an hour or whatever. And then during that time, perhaps during this timeline, we'll get more information on the billboard. Maybe she'll throw a trailer up. Maybe we'll see her again. This time, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the wall up on the billboard and it sits there for a minute or something, and then out of nowhere, Filian pops up on the billboard or some shit. It's all just, you know, guesses at this point. No one knows, but this is something that I also find interesting. And I know this might just be my brain working in kind of the way that it does. Whose computer is this? Whose monitor is this? You know what I'm saying? Is this, is this Suika's? Is this, I don't think so. Because, you know, we've seen Suika's room, right? You can go to his YouTube and like he shows his little editing room and shit. Whose room is this? It's just off the top of my head. I don't really know. But my brain thinks about this shit like, you know, it's someone's monitor and it'd be like, is this Filian's monitor? You know what I'm saying? It just, my head goes to those kinds of places. Because, you know, when you're talking about VTubers and stuff like that, it's not very often you get these like little glimpses and windows into their IRL existence, right? You know, okay, a hand cam or, you know, an image on Twitter or something. I just, you know, obviously it's not, it's you know, people's personal privacies and stuff. But when you just see those little glimpses, to me, that's just neat. It's just like interesting to me. But yeah, other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. Phase 2, like, what else is there to say? I'm excited. Friday at 5 p.m. on the 19th. That's in just a couple days. It says phase 2 begins, by the way, you know, and so the wall is, it says you got 10 days. I just realized this. The wall ends in 10 days. And so at that point, that's when it's going on. So perhaps I'm thinking, so if the wall ends in 10 days, and you have 10 days to get stuff going, why does phase 2 start in just a couple days? What is going to change? You know what I'm saying? This one kind of hard for me to like think and like imagine what else could happen. Perhaps we'll get more information on the 19th that we don't know about. This is interesting. I was, for some reason, like I said, dude, I'm so fucking tired. My brain is sitting there telling me like this is when it's going up on the billboard, but this is you know, that's in 10 days. This is in like 2 days, I believe. No, it's technically, well, as I'm recording this, it's the 18th at 2 in the morning. By the time this video will be up, a lot of people will be watching this on the 18th. So this is tomorrow. So this is tomorrow, technically, especially for a lot of people actually watching this currently. So at 5 p.m. So perhaps tomorrow at 5 p.m. we're gonna get more news. So I guess keep an eye out on the wall. Keep an eye out on everything else. As this progresses, I will continue to, you know, cover it as much as I can. I didn't expect this today, so that's it. That's pretty much it. You know, I'll keep updating as it goes, but I really expected to just kind of be chilling and pass out early tonight. I got a bunch of shit to do tomorrow, so for today, I guess now. But you know, that's it, y'all. Y'all take it easy. You have a good night, and you know, I'll probably see you around Friday. Hopefully, we'll see what's up.